Well, excited for another year?
Definitely excited for this year. Anxious to see what happens with our squad this year. We had the departure of 7 seniors from last year, leaves a number of areas that need to be filled, and we've got a number of young people that are anxious and eager to fill those spots, and just can't wait to see what happens with our team this year.
What's the toughest part to replace? There's the leadership, there's experience, and all of those. I guess it all kind of goes together, doesn't it?
It really does. The leadership piece, we've had some young ladies that have really stepped up in that area and done a great job. On the court, the experience piece is a big thing because everybody now is bigger, faster, stronger, quicker. And when you bring 6 new people to the team, and these aren't transfers, these are kids that are new to the game. So teaching them just about the college level, what it takes, it takes time. It takes time and patience from our staff and from our players, just understanding that part of it is going to be making mistakes and learning and growing from those mistakes. So just being patient with that as a group and understanding that the end is going to justify the means and that we're not going to be there tomorrow. We want to be there in March.
Is it kind of fun in a way to have a new group to mold and try to get them to do what you want them to do?
It's fun and challenging, but it's great to see the growth that our young players display day in and day out. When they learn something new and they figure out a new skill or why we're doing a certain thing, to see that experience and that aha moment that they have, it's very fulfilling and it's fun to watch. So it's definitely challenging, but so very rewarding at the end of the day.
Who stood out in practice so far?
Sierra Jones has done a really good job. Frankie and Sally have done a good job when they've been practicing. We've got a transfer that sat out last year, Kylie Smith, really done a terrific job. Our young players, all the young players are doing a really good job. I wouldn't say any particular person, but overall very proud and happy with the effort and attitude that we've had day in and day out, and just excited for the journey that we're on this season.
Player like Frankie, she's got the experience, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. Her and Lauren Thompson have the most game experience for us, being juniors and having a lot of game experience just on the court in games, obviously. And Frankie's one of those workhorses that no one's going to outwork her, I think, in the entire country. And to get to have the opportunity to coach somebody, like Frankie Jubran, who you don't have to tell to go hard, it's a lot of fun to coach someone like her.
You kind of point to what happened in the OVC championship last year with TSU pulling the upset and say that could be us.
Yeah, people say upset. Not sure if it was really an upset because our league is pretty competitive. Yeah. And this year, the parity is going to be crazy because there's so many teams that could win the league. And hopefully, come January, February, we're one of those teams that's capable of winning the league.
New rules for basketball this year. You go to quarters. The timeout situation is different where you get the ball at midcourt. How much do you talk about and work on those things?
We've talked about it a lot. It's going to create some different situations that our players have to be aware of in terms of late game situations when you call a timeout and you can get the ball at the half line. You can't dribble, you can't pass, you got to call a timeout right away. The end of the quarter situations. So now all of a sudden, 45 seconds left, you want to go 2 for 1, quick shot to get the ball back at the end. The bonus situation, hopefully that'll put more points on the board because there's no more one-on-one. The foul situation, resetting fouls every quarter. So now teams that might be penalized for pressing in the first quarter come right back to pressing in the second quarter. So you got to have that resilience about you in terms of understanding that every quarter is a new quarter, starting from scratch to where now maybe we got them out of their press, but they might be back into it. So I think it's an exciting time for women's college basketball and anxious to see how these rules do affect our game in such a positive manner.
As you talk to other coaches, is the feeling that it'll work, that it'll increase scoring in those things?
I think that's the overall consensus. Whether it's going to happen or not, we're unsure, but I think we're all hoping and thinking that it will. And also, the physicality, the flow of the game, freedom of movement with some of the foul changes with the guards, the post. I think it's going to create more even free-flowing basketball, hopefully. So hopefully it puts more points on the board, but just not against us.
A little taste of the non-conference schedule for you guys?
Yeah, it's tough. We've got four teams. We're in the top 30 RPI last year that we're playing. We go to Ohio State. We go to Wisconsin Green Bay. They've won the league 17 years in a row. We go to Chattanooga. We go to Western Kentucky. And then we've got some really tough home games. Troy comes to our place. Cleveland State comes to our place. We go to Wake Forest. And then you're talking about OVC play. So it's just a very challenging schedule, non-conference, conference for us. But, that's what it's about. It's about challenging yourself and trying to make yourself better every single day.
Going to Wisconsin before it gets cold?
We will be there December 22nd. We're going to have a little pit stop in Chicago, hang out in Michigan Ave, but just anxious to play some games and to see some great parts of the country.
Cam, great. Good luck. Ready for the season.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.